Well, Val, it's much calmer here. In fact, one of the hazmat units have already left. Police have left. And as you can see behind me, the firefighters are actually packing up the truck. So I think they are about to clear the scene. We also see now cars exiting from the clinic. As I mentioned earlier, about an hour ago, I saw about 15 workers leaving the building. But we do know that some people are still in the building, but they're actually exiting, driving behind me now. So not an all clear just yet, but as you can see, it is clearing, and I expect here shortly, probably within the next 30 minutes, that they will have everything clear here. But as you can see, they've taken this very seriously. They locked this section down. That's why we're across the street in an abundance of caution, and so everyone is just waiting to see about those test results that Jennifer mentioned. Val? Well, Mark, let's begin. As people are getting off of work, I know people want to get the latest traffic update. Okay, so the interstate is still closed. If you're coming from 65, we're hearing that 65 is a mess, backed up between 65 until you get onto 85, which is the first exit. As you can see, nothing is happening because that exit is still closed. However, if you're getting off of work coming from downtown onto South Court, which you see here, you can make a left onto Arbor Street, which will place you here, and you can continue on, bypass this accident, and then get on to 85 from there. As you can see, Mark, this is still a very active scene. If we could just zoom in here, you can actually see the car. It was totally destroyed, and you can actually see the tractor trailer tire still on top. Now, the driver of that car is dead, and again, police are confirming the driver's identity. But as you can see, still a very active scene. They're actually trying to figure out how they're going to actually get that tractor trailer onto a tow truck. It's been interesting to watch them. They actually had to cut a piece of it off and haul it off, so this could take a while.
It happened Sunday morning in these woods.
I was turkey hunting.
Chad Cross says a timber rattlesnake, a venomous pit viper, bit him in the lower leg.
The best way I can describe it is as someone taking a full swing with a baseball bat and hitting me in my calf.
The bite marks are still visible through his hunting boots. Cross was alone.
I was so nervous and you know, scared.
These are photos of what his leg looked like.
I knew I had to calm down and get my heart rate down, because the faster my heart was pumping, I knew the faster that venom was going through my system.
Cross knew he had to take action, so he pulled out his bite and sting venom extraction kit.
Well, I had to read the directions first because I've never opened it up. I've carried it with me, and for years the process takes a total of 15 minutes, and then it says to get somewhere with anti-venom. You put it over the individual hole, and then as you push the plunger in, it creates a suction. And you can see it pulls a little bit of skin up in, but that's what pulled it all out and, you know, I think saved my life.
And when he got to the hospital, the doctor agreed.
He said if he got a full dose of venom in you, you would have died before you ever made it back to your truck if you hadn't have had that kit with you.
A kit he says only cost about $10 online or at a local outdoor store. Tametria Connor, America Now.
Camilla Gibson says a quick stop at the MAPCO gas station on Atlanta Highway in Montgomery turned into a financial nightmare in a quest to get her money back after an error at the pump caused premium gas to be $8.45 a gallon.
You let that manager know that if I don't get reimbursed when I leave here, I am calling the Commissioner on Weights and Measurements, I'm calling the Attorney General's office, I'm calling WSFA News, and I'm emailing everybody I know that lives in Montgomery that might put gas in their car at MAPCO. I said, give that manager that option. They did. He said no.
Gibson did just that. The Alabama Department of Agriculture Weights and Measurements Division is currently investigating. Director Stacy Boschel says it's obvious there is a technical issue with the pump and a system communication failure. He also noted there is no visible signage of gas prices for plus and premium gas at this MAPCO gas station, and that's why he says it's important for drivers to check the price at the pump. Gibson says the clerks told her this is not the first time this has happened. The big question is, why did the pump price suddenly increase? A question for management that went unanswered.
Are you looking for the manager?
I am. How you doing?
I'm fine. She left.
She left.
Yes.
Can you call her?
The district manager has called me thanks to WSFA, and they are going to reimburse me my $50.55.
All right, let's walk into the store so you can get your money back.
Okay. I'm excited about that. I understand there's some money up here for me. 30, 40, 50. Thank you. We are even Stevens.
And the pump is out of service and no one has used it since Mrs. Gibson. Now, since we did not receive any comment from management, we are unsure what measures they are planning to take, if any, to prevent this from happening again. But Val, agriculture officials say if this happens to you, call their office and also call the police to file a report.
Glad we could help her get some results. Thanks a lot, Tametria.
It's a video that's been circulating on social media that has Dallas County parents outraged. A bus driver captured clocking speeds up to 45 miles per hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone through downtown Selma Monday afternoon, the first day of school. A concerned citizen recorded it from his vehicle. Dallas County Superintendent Dunn Willingham says it's disturbing to watch.
I'm glad nobody was hurt. I'm glad it was brought to our attention.
As the bus is speeding past drivers, you can see a person in the front seat. School officials say they're working to identify that person. It's unclear at this time if it's a student.
We didn't realize it was a bus driver taking their bus back after their route because their actual bus had been at the shop getting serviced.
The driver continues on a path of danger, rolling right through a red light.
She was going too fast. And did a rolling stop at a red light, and even if it had been a complete stop, it's a violation to turn right on red with a school bus.
Actions the superintendent say are unacceptable and do not reflect the majority of the district's 79 bus drivers.
Now, this is not the end of the story. I will be back in Selma talking with the superintendent tomorrow. And just to emphasize, within 1 hour of the superintendent seeing this video, the driver was placed on administrative leave. The superintendent says his #1 priority is the well-being of students and to make sure school employees are not breaking the law and school policy. Mark?
Call it riding out the storm, literally.
It's the whole bus underground.
A bus placed underground as a storm shelter.
I'm ready for the tornado, you know.
James and Claudette Hunter purchased a bus 5 years ago after a tornado ripped through the trailer park they own on County Road 40 West.
It didn't do that much damage, but it picked up a trail and threw it across the highway.
Concerned about their tenants' safety during severe weather.
She knows it's there if she needs it.
This underground bus was a refuge during the April tornadoes and the storms that passed 2 months ago.
They were safe, and a lot of them said it's roomy, and they just had a nice time down there.
The Hunters say it was all about being frugal.
We started looking for retainers, and they were so expensive. So we started thinking about a school bus.
They found this old Autauga County school bus built in 1985 from a junkyard for only $800.
Now, this bus has 20 seats and it can fit about 75 people on it, including people standing along the aisle.
It's 9 feet underground and the bus is 27 feet long. The Hunters paid a man $700 to dig a hole deep enough to cover the bus.
Then when we got all the dirt out and the bus down to the level of the ground, then we was able to bag the bus in the runway and then pull it down in there. You see those caps sitting on the top? Those are air vents. And I have a kerosene lamp in there for a bag up.
A unique underground shelter from the storm.